Okay, this is Brandon. I'm here with my way too early 2019-2020 NBA standings. It's my first podcast video. Now these standings that I have are with the current rosters, and I'm probably going to do another video closer to the season because I'm assuming trades are going to happen until then. But let's get right into it. We're going to start with the Western Conference. My first seed, I got 8 seeds, and then I'm going to have discuss the 9 and 10 seeds that I have just missing the cut. So at the 1 seed I have the Clippers, because I feel like they did have one of the biggest off seasons. They picked up Kawhi and PG. I don't feel like Paul George, or I feel like Paul George will play most of the season, but I feel like Kawhi is only going to play around like 60 games or so. But I feel like their bench with Lou Will and Montrezl Harrell, I don't know if Landry Shamet's going to start or not, but they have him. I feel like they have a deep team that'll give them the one spot regardless. They have Patrick Beverley too. I feel like they have probably the best defensive team in the league. At 2, I have the Lakers. Hoping LeBron stays healthy. Hoping Anthony Davis stays healthy. If they can't do that, it'll be pretty tough. I think they're going to miss Alonzo Ball, honestly, at that point guard spot, especially with defense and distribution of the ball. I do think they had some good pickups. They got Danny Green. They got Avery Bradley. Those are 2 pretty good two-way players. They picked up DeMarcus Cousins. I'm not sure how effective he's going to be anymore. You saw in the playoffs he was pretty slow, although he was coming off a pretty serious injury. So if they stay healthy, that would be pretty good. At 3, I have the Blazers. I was looking at their roster. Let me pull it up real quick. I was looking at the roster. Obviously, they have Lillard and McCollum. One of the best backcourts in the game. But I saw they picked up Kent Bazemore, who's he can score the ball a little bit. Zach Collins is coming into his own. They got Hassan Whiteside. There's some lobs there. He can play some defense. Rodney Hood can get some buckets every now and then. And then you got Nurkic coming back, who's pretty solid. We'll see what Gary Trent and Nazir Little do. Anthony Simons, he's having a big summer league, so hopefully he'll have some kind of contribution. At 4, we have the Nuggets. I feel like they didn't do a whole lot in the off season here. They do have one of the best centers in Jokic. I feel like Jamal Murray's an up-and-comer. Gary Harris is solid. Still got Paul Millsap, that veteran presence in the paint. He can also hit a jump shot. I like that they got Bol. I feel like he was a big steal in the draft. And Michael Porter Jr. is coming back. I hope. See what he can do. I just feel like they have a good. Like other than Jokic, I feel like they don't have a lot of superstar power, but they have a pretty good, just a team in general. In my 5, I got the Rockets. If Chris Paul and Harden can coexist, I feel like they're going to be pretty unstoppable in the offensive end. They do knock down threes. They have an okay bench. Nothing too exciting. I don't think they're going to be as good this year as they have been in the past, but they're definitely going to hit some threes and score some points. At 6, I have the Spurs. They made some good moves, I thought, in this offseason. They got Deontay Murray coming back, who I think is a really good point guard. DeMar DeRozan, he's nothing special, I don't think, but he's a decent two-way player. Aldridge is getting pretty old. Then they still got Bryn Forbes. They got Derek White and Patty Mills backing up that point guard spot. I think Derek White's pretty solid. I think he's going to be a star in this league. Patty Mills is obviously, he's made a name for himself as a solid backup point guard. They also have Damari Carroll. They drafted Keldon Johnson. Marco Bellinelli can shoot. Rudy Gay is always a good, solid presence. And then they have one of the best coaches ever in Greg Popovich. So obviously that system is going to be pretty killer. And then at 7, I have the Warriors because they lose KD. I'm hoping Clay comes back at least after the All-Star break. If he can do that, then a lot of people are saying they're not going to make the playoffs. You got Steph Curry, who's one of the greatest players of all time, greatest shooter of all time. He's a 2-time MVP. He'll get them to the playoffs. And they got Draymond. They picked up Willie Cauley-Stein. They re-signed Kevon Looney, which I thought was big. I like Kevon Looney a lot. They drafted Jordan Poole, who I thought was a good fit for their team. He's a 3-and-D kind of guy. He's a bucket getter. They did get rid of Sean Livingston. They just traded. They just traded Damian Jones for Amari Spellman, so we'll see how that goes. They got D'Angelo Russell. Now people are saying he might not be there for long. We'll see. I like him on the offensive end for that team, but on the defensive end, you got Steph Curry and Russell, who are not exactly the best defensive players. So I think defensively this team's going to be struggling, at least at the guard position. They still got Green, and Cauley-Stein's a good defensive player, and obviously Clay can do what he does. But like I said, he's not going to be back till at least like 60 games. But I think they'll make the cut. The last spot I have is the Jazz. They picked up Mike Conley, which I think is big. I think he's underrated when he's healthy, at least. He's been getting hurt every year. He kind of reminds me of AD. But when he's healthy, he's really good. They got Donovan Mitchell, who's he's going to be a star in this league. He's already a star, I guess. And they got Bogdanovich, who can shoot it. Obviously, Rudy Gobert is a stud in the paint. They got Joe Ingles too. He's a pretty good safety net for them, I guess. I don't really think a lot of people are saying that they're going to be so good this year, but I'm not too high on them. I have them making the playoffs, but barely. I just think the West is too stacked. Plus, I don't think their bench is all that. They don't really have that much of a bench. I don't feel like. I do like Quinn Snyder, the coach. He seems to be knowing what he's doing. I feel like they haven't had the best roster in the past years, but he seems his system or whatever he's doing. I feel like he's a good player coach. But anyway, and then the two teams I have just missing the playoffs in the West are the Pelicans and the Kings. Pelicans, I feel like them and the Jazz gonna be. I feel like all of them Jazz, Pelicans, Kings gonna be kind of fighting it out for that final spot. Last like maybe 3 games of the season is gonna be one of them. It makes it. The Pelicans, I feel like they had a really good offseason. Even though they lost Anthony Davis, I feel like they got a lot for him. They got Alonzo, Josh Hart. They got the number 4 pick, which is Jackson Hayes. And I think Jackson Hayes is gonna be pretty good. I feel like he's gonna be like a. I feel like he's gonna be like a better. What's that dude from the Nets? I mean, I can't believe I don't remember his name right now. Jared Allen. He's gonna be better Jared Allen, I think. But they got Zion, who I think if he stays healthy, he'll be good. They got Brandon Ingram, who's a bucket. Alonzo. I feel like he's one of the best defensive guards in the league. But in general, I feel like they built for their future pretty good. I think they'll make the playoffs next year for sure, at least, or the following year, not next year. And then the Kings. I really like the Kings. I thought they were gonna make a big push. They didn't really do much this offseason. De'Aaron Fox is stud. Buddy Hield can shoot it. Harrison Barnes. He wanted all that money. I don't think he's worth all that money. I think he's a good veteran presence, but other than that, not too much. They got Trevor Ariza, who's another good veteran presence. He can shoot it. I like Marvin Bagley a lot. Harry Giles both of them kind of hold down. And still got Bogdanovich who can stroke it. Picked up Corey Brewer. Maybe Farrell's an okay backup point guard, but I feel like they didn't really progress at all this offseason. I feel like they kind of stayed where they are. So that's the Western Conference. Let's move it over to the East. First, I have the Sixers. I just think the Sixers are. I feel like they really progressed. If Ben Simmons can get a jump shot, then it's game over. I mean, people are gonna actually have to guard him. They got Josh Richardson. He's 3-and-D. And not just 3. He can get any bucket. Tobias Harris is good. I feel like he needs to be more aggressive at times. Al Horford. We all know what he can do, and Joel Embiid. I feel like when Kawhi hit that game winner, I feel like there was always that when the star player the season before, a tragic loss, and next season, that star player takes a step. I feel like that's Joel Embiid this year. He's gonna get in shape. They did lose T.J. McConnell. I do like Shaq and Thibault. Thibault they got in the draft. I feel like he's going to really bolster their defense. But I'm not too stoked about their bench. I feel like their starting lineup is definitely one of the best in the league. Anyway, number 2, I have the Bucks. The main reason for that, I feel like they definitely aren't going to be as good this year. They lost Malcolm Brogdon. But yeah, they have Giannis. Obviously, they've got Chris Middleton back. They're kind of the same boat as the Sixers. I just feel like they don't really have much of a bench. The starting lineup, though, I feel like is good. They did lose George Hill. They got Eric Bledsoe, who's he's a stud. I feel like he's inconsistent though. Anyway, number 3, I have the Celtics. I do think Kemba is better for that system than Kyrie is. Kemba's gonna thrive in that Brad Stevens offense system a lot better. I feel like Jason Tatum, we'll see if he makes a big leap. Jaylen Brown, same thing. They did get Enes Kanter, which I feel like is a step down from Al Horford for sure. they got Gordon Hayward. Hopefully, he can get back to his, Jazz days. They got and Marcus Smart is one of my favorite players. Just the way he plays the game with so much passion. And then at 4 with the Nets. Obviously, they got Kyrie and KD, but KD ain't gonna play this year. If he was, they'd probably be number 1 or 2 on my list. But I like Spencer Dinwiddie. He's a bucket. Caris LeVert's a bucket. They picked up DeAndre Jordan. They got Jared Allen. I like Jared Allen, even though I couldn't remember his name earlier. Joe Harris can stroke it. Yeah, they'll probably be right where they were last year, I think. Brooklyn's going to be a hot ticket this year, I know. Then at 5 with the Pacers. I really like this Pacers team. Pretty sure they're the team that got Malcolm Brogdon. Check that real quick. Yeah, they got Malcolm Brogdon. They got Oladipo coming back. Sabonis, he's so crafty in the paint. They got Miles Turner. I hope Miles Turner can take a step forward. He's kind of been stuck where he's been for the last couple of years. But yeah, their bench is okay. I feel like their starter really. I feel like Malcolm Brogdon was a big pickup. Bolster that point guard spot for them. And Oladipo, hopefully, can get back to his old self. At the 6th spot, I got the Heat. I really like the Heat. There's rumors about Russ going to the Heat. If he does, that'll probably put them up quite a bit. They got rid of Whiteside. Obviously, they got Jimmy Butler. They drafted Tyler Herro, who I think he's gonna be in the running for Rookie of the Year. They picked up Myers Leonard. He can shoot threes, get boards, blocks. Dion Waiters, he's a bucket. Justice Winslow, who is going to be running, I think, for most improved player. He's already got the defensive game down. And freaking James Johnson, who no one wants to mess with. He looks like a freaking goon. What am I at? 7, I got the Pistons. That's another team that Russ is rumored to go to. I feel like the East is just after the Pacers and even the Heat, I guess it just drops off so much. But obviously the Pacers have Blake Griffin. I feel like this is other than Blake Griffin, I think they just have like a pretty solid team in general. They got Luke Kennard coming off the bench, who he had a pretty solid season last year, I'd say. Then 8, I actually got the Hawks making it. I think that Cam Reddish was a steal. I really like Kevin Huerter. I feel like he improved at the latter half of the season last year. Trae Young's a stud. If he would have played all year like he did after the All-Star break, then probably win Rookie of the Year. I like DeAndre Hunter, kinda. I feel like he's just gonna. I feel like he's in there for more defense. John Collins is all right. They picked up Jabari Parker. Yeah, they got Evan Turner too. I'm not a big fan of, but he does get some. He's an okay player. But yeah, that's who I have in the East, and then the 9 and 10 spots I have Magic and the Wizards. Wizards, I feel like just don't have a clue on what they're doing right now. And Magic didn't really improve at all. They still got the same guys as last year, really. You know, Aaron Gordon, is the main focus there. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got there. East always seems to have those 3 or 4 teams battling for that last spot or two. Obviously, these are probably going to change, and I'm going to do a later prediction, probably in like September or October, because I'm assuming Russ is going to get traded here soon. Summer League's going to be over, so the rosters are going to be set more, and we'll see who from those Summer League rosters actually make the team. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Stay up on more NBA talk. Yeah, that's pretty much it.